Josiah, can you just talk about your experience last night and the difference of coming in the middle of the game rather than having the routine of the starter?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Only coming off of one outing just like that in OKC before I did it yesterday. So it's definitely different. You know, the routine is thrown into a little whirlwind. But, you know, at the end of the day, you kind of just have to make sure you're ready on the mound. So I did what I needed to do pregame. And then once I got out in the bullpen, I made sure I had all my pitches going. And I felt loose enough to get out there and give them the best that I had. So it's a little different, but it isn't too different to where, you know, I can't go out there and feel like I can't pitch.
Did it help the butterflies? Or did the butterflies in anticipation of coming in, did it make it a little bit worse in that department?
Honestly, the butterflies were there throughout the whole time. It really never went away until I want to say I got that first out or got the first inning over with. As I was sitting in the bullpen, you know, I was just antsy and really just like trying to play out scenarios in my head. And obviously, you never can just because the unpredictable nature of the game. But the butterflies were there the whole time, and they never truly went away. So that was a lot of fun, just being able to handle those and go out there and get some outs.
Last one, how many family and friends were able to make it for last night?
So in total it was around 12, 13 people, some flying from New York, some of my girlfriend's family from Massachusetts, my best friend from Phoenix, a couple of my trainers, one in Connecticut, one in Omaha, Nebraska. So people from all walks of the country made it out here to LA to see my debut. And, you know, that made it so much more special that they got to see me, you know, live out a childhood dream.
Next question is from Kirsten Watson. Go ahead.
Hey, Josiah, you obviously made your major league debut in a huge game, in a rivalry game. How did you keep your composure throughout?
Honestly, I didn't really try to think about the weight of the game as much as just going out there and giving my all and making sure, you know, I was doing the best job that I could do out there. So knowing that it was a rivalry game, obviously there's a little bit more behind it, but I tried to keep it simple and just go out there, get guys out, and obviously try to provide the team with some length and some stability with the arms going out there.
And was the atmosphere of Dodger Stadium, and with it being an NL West, kind of a battle to the top for the Dodgers, was it everything you imagined it would be?
Yeah, I would say it was everything and then some. You know, seeing 40,000 plus people there last night was really a surreal feeling to see a lot of fans and a lot of support for, you know, the people, all Dodger fans. So that was really fun to see. And, you know, I'm excited to see that again tonight and however long I can. And that was really exciting to see. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And David Price shared with us yesterday that the advice he gave you was to go out there and have fun. I know that you had mentioned you, of course, had some butterflies, but were you able to take everything in and really just have fun on the mound and enjoy the moment?
Yeah, I think as I walked in from the bullpen, I really got to, you know, embrace the whole stadium and just enjoy the surroundings of the stadium and kind of embrace the opportunity that I was given and the situation I was in. So just walking in from the bullpen and kind of just getting the ball off the mound and kind of just surveying the crowd and everything that was going on. That was like a surreal moment for me. And it definitely made me understand and want to go out there and do all I could for those fans that were there to watch the Dodgers and were there to watch me pitch.
Well, congratulations on your debut. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Josiah, what was going on with your shoulder for 2 months? How bad was it?
So basically, it was basically like shoulder soreness, and, you know, it truly never went away. After my first start in OKC, I was getting treatment, but the soreness never went away. So I didn't really think much of it, but I thought I could pitch through it. And then warming up for my second start, you know, it kind of barked on me, and I I finally was like, hey, this is probably something that needs further evaluation, and it wound up being a shoulder impingement. So it was pretty bad, but with a couple weeks of rest and all the rehab we did, I'm back and better, and I feel as strong as ever, and feel like I'm on a better routine now to get my body prepared for throwing and pitching and everything that's involved in my preparation for every day.
And while you were sitting over there in Arizona trying to get better, this team was having some problems with their starting rotation. Did you feel a lot of frustration that you might have been here sooner if you were healthier?
I was actually in OKC the whole time throughout the rehab. But, yeah, I definitely felt like if I was healthy at the right moment, I definitely would have got a shot earlier. But, baseball is such a game that you can't really put yourself in a situation that may not come right then and there. So I didn't really think much of it. I knew I was hurt and it wasn't anything I could really do. I just had to make sure that my rehab was going well and that I was available, after the rehab process was done. And that's where I am now. So, it obviously isn't a great feeling to feel like you would be able to help the team early in the season and you weren't able to. But, I'm grateful that I'm here now and able to help this team in the best way I can now.
And what have they told you about the next step and what you're going to do in 5 days?
I haven't talked much to the coaching staff yet. I'm sure that's a conversation I'm going to have once I go outside for a stretch and throw and things like that. But, I'm going to prepare for a start and kind of just adjust to however they want to do it and go out there and get guys out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question's from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Josiah, just that first strikeout you got, did that help, I don't know, calm the nerves at all, or just to kind of show, all right, I can do this at this level?
Yeah, that definitely helps the nerves. Getting the first out, albeit a pitcher, that obviously helps as well. But yeah, the first strikeout, like knowing that your stuff's playing and knowing that you're getting swing and misses obviously helps even more. So those nerves definitely were calmed a bit after that.
Obviously, obviously after last season, no games, and then this year you have just a handful of games at OKC, and then your next games at the major league level. I mean, how kind of crazy has this whole last year been for you?
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been words really can't describe the last year and a half. But I'm grateful to be here today, helping this team win ball games. Last year, obviously, everyone was affected, and nothing was as simple as it could have been. So, playing no games and playing at the alternate site the whole summer, that was the best option. That wasn't the big leagues last year. So I was grateful to be there and get some work in. And, this year dealing with the injury for 2 months, that obviously is not something you prepare for, but you kind of just deal with it and have to make sure that you're ready whenever your name is called.
A lot of the people who have played with you or coached you have had glowing reviews just beyond your playing abilities, just as a person. I mean, when you hear that, what does that mean to you?
It means a ton. It helps me know that I've made an impact in people's lives, whether it's on the field or off the field, and that people can say good things about me when they kind of just put the baseball ability to the side. So that obviously means a lot, and there are a lot of people I heard from the last couple of nights that kind of just reiterated what you said, that baseball is great, but man, like, go out there and give it your all. We know you've worked hard for this. We know you're dedicated, things like that. So it definitely means a lot. It keeps you going, and it's something that I strive to just be a good person and be a guy that people can rely on, and they can ensure that it's going to go out there and not get too caught up on themselves, and make sure that they're always there for the next guy.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Next question is Juan Toribio. Good.
Hey, Josiah, kind of a random one for you, but you and Alex were involved in that same trade. Did it kind of register that he was the first guy you faced at the big leagues?
It didn't really register, honestly. I knew he was pitching. I knew he was the first batter I was going to get. Honestly, in the moment, I wasn't thinking, oh, I got traded for him a few years ago. I know Woody a little bit, being in the same clubhouse last year for spring training and summer camp for a little bit. But no, it didn't really set into me that he was the guy I got traded for to become a Dodger or anything like that. It was just like another batter, especially the pitcher. I got to get this guy out and, get this debut off to a good start.
I think most people talk about your fastball, but what do you think your secondary pitches are? Obviously, they worked really well yesterday.
I think they're in a great spot. I was really excited with the command of them and the efficiency I had with them, throwing them for strikes, early counts, late counts, leverage counts, everything like that. Definitely instills that confidence in me that, those are going to be weapons for me up here at this level when the fastball is not playing the way I want it to play. So yesterday kind of just gave me that confidence and kind of just helped me visualize and see that success I want to see with those pitches. So that I'm really excited with the place that those pitches are in. And I'm going to continue to refine them because, baseball is a game you have to continue to work, and I'll continue to work. But that's yesterday was definitely a step in the right direction with those pitches.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Next question is from Joe Painter Lopez. Go ahead.
Josiah, is your nickname, do you still go by JoJo? And if so, how did that nickname come about?
Yeah, so that's my nickname. That's what I introduced myself to as everyone. But it came about, I was a kid just, playing around in the backyard, and my dad would always call down from his window, his room window, and he would say Juju, like Juju Smith-Schuster. And I would always like giggle and kind of just run away or do whatever. And I guess just growing up, it evolved from Juju to JoJo. And little do you know, here I am X amount of years later, still going by JoJo. So it's something that just happened in the backyard, and it's kind of just stuck with me till this day.
And then obviously the homers, every pitcher deals with things like that, and you were able to come back and strike out the side in the fourth. How are you able to do that, to not let that frustration, kind of carry over and get those guys out?
Honestly, just like you said, homers happen to everyone. They're going to happen to me. They're going to happen to every pitcher in this game, especially at this level, just because of how talented every hitter is. But just reinstilling like that confidence in my stuff and knowing that I'm going to go out there in my best stuff. And if that hitter beats me on that one pitch, so be it. I'm going to go at the next hitter with the same exact stuff and try to be that much more better. So that's the confidence I had going out there after, a few of those home runs, and just that, I can't dwell on that home run. I have to go out there and get the next hitter out. And that's kind of just going to be my mentality from here on out, and will always be my mentality.
Thank you.
Last one's from Fabian. Go ahead.
Hey, Josiah. It's been just been a few years since you converted to pitching full time. I mean, how much do you feel like you've grown to be able to get to this point where you were two-way guy at a Division II school to now making your debut?
You said it. It's been a whirlwind, and it's been really crazy, and it's happened all so fast. But I wouldn't really change the story at all. Going from a two-way guy to a closer to a starting pitcher to here I am making my major league debut. The story is definitely an interesting one, but it's something that kind of just gives me my identity, and I'm really excited with the way my career is going, and I've made tremendous amount of strides from my first year just pitching in 2018 to last night making my major league debut. And I'm really excited for the strides I'm going to make over the next 10 plus years, playing this game and throwing the baseball. So I'm really excited, and I know that the sky is truly the limit, and that I'm going to go out there and work every day and try to make sure that I'm the best pitcher I can be, because I know that that's something I want, and that's something I'm going to attain for every day. So I'm really excited with the progress that's been made, and I know there's still work to be done.
Thanks, Josiah.